Great school we want to tell everyone about. You guys know that kids can spend hours a day sitting at a desk or in front of the TV. Well, one Charlotte school just opened up a new space to give them a break when they need it. You can find one of the first sensory labs in the state at the Crosland school. We paid the students a visit to learn what they think about it.
What's your task, sir?
First, people plant pumpkin seeds and water them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo!
Next, little green pumpkins start to grow.
No higher, no.
We came across a grant from the Longleaf Fund, and the idea was they were looking for opportunities and they wanted to fund opportunities that provided movement for students. So half of that grant was to build the sensory room with the idea that we know our students, especially those with ADHD, learning differences, but any child needs the ability to move. And so that room is available to them at a group level, but at the same point, if you're having a rough day and you raise your hand and say, can I have a 5-minute break in the sensory room, our teachers are going to say yes. It's right on the hallway. They can walk right over. They can jump. They can do whatever. The idea that they're going to recenter themselves and then they're ready for learning, and then they're going to be more successful to make more gains.
So there's this, it's like you jump on the black part of it. Then back there is the space hut, which is like a little hut that you just sit in basically. And then there's the rock wall, which you can climb on, but you can only climb there if there's an adult in the room. For me, I feel like this space lab usually is going to help me get out a lot of energy, because that way it will be a lot easier. So that way when for me to just go back to class and just be able to sit down and learn.
It gives me a sense of peace and relief that they're getting what they need and they're happy. Because when they're in that room, and I think typically throughout the school day, they don't have stress. They've taken their armor off here. They don't have to try to fit in.
What push-ups are you going to do?
6.
They don't have to pretend they know the answer. Instead, we want them to say, I need help, or I need to get movement out. We're not here to train children to sit in their seat for 45 minutes. Instead, it's like, what's the environment you need to be in to learn? Our tagline is belong, believe, succeed, with the idea that you can belong here and then learn how to believe in yourself, and then you can succeed.
It is time to pick a ripe pumpkin.
Good job.
Oh, that's so heartwarming.
Yeah.
What a great experience. Well, this school goes from kindergarten through 12th grade.
Okay.
In addition to time in the sensory rooms, the kids get to spend about 40 minutes a day outside. And of the roughly 70 students in the school, about a third of them have learning differences.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity for them to kind of get some of that energy out.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference.
It does, and it's who they are, you know what I mean? And it's an environment where that's conducive to their learning ability.
Yes.
And once you are in that environment, you thrive. You know, all of those students, they spoke well and they were able to express themselves.
That's right. It sort of
makes a difference.
wakes up the brain in a new kind of way. Right?
Exactly.
They're able to engage with their environment, engage with their colleagues, their friends in a new way. So
and hats off to the administrators for recognizing that we cannot do education the same old way. We have to do what we need to do to engage students.
Yeah.
And that makes the difference. That's what they're doing. That's what their job is. So
I like that
kudos to
idea
that.
of a
Cool stuff.
reset. You know, just a reset to get back into class and really kind of focus. Those kids are so great.
They are great, super
Yep.
smart.
Yeah.
Yep, education is important. And speaking of education,